Marcus, there's a lot of great classic characters in here, but were there any characters that you really chased that you weren't able to get for licensing reasons, or?
I think only Michael Jackson as an avatar. We weren't allowed to use Michael Jackson or Mr. T. But,
for the okay.
For the avatars.
Yeah.
But in terms of video game characters, I think we really, in a sense, hit the jackpot because the first draft of the script had Centipede and Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. We needed to get, so we were not sure about Donkey Kong. It took some time for us to get the rights. But I think particularly by the time we reached the end of the movie, which is a full-on, I don't think I'm spoiling it, it's kind of a full-on assault on Washington, D.C. The goal was to recreate something like an old Mort Drucker panel from Mad Magazine where you're looking at, and I've been at screenings where like other gamers who were like in their 40s are like, oh my God, there's a hamburger, the hamburger.
There's a lot of deep cuts in there. Yeah, the little egg guy. Yeah. There's a lot going on. So were you able to get? I saw in the credits it says Daryl Hall and John Oates as themselves. Like, did you get some of the actor or the people to voice their own?
Hall and Oates. We basically
avatars?
Did a motion capture thing on both of their faces to recreate them. Because we were dealing with like old MTV footage, and footage of the quality was not that great.
Right.
We actually had a Madonna look-alike do Madonna's lines for her.
That's pretty neat. So then how do you just take the mouth out and sort of superimpose it onto an actual Madonna, or you just kind of make that
combine them? It's a little slightly more sophisticated than the clutch cargo method.
Right. I know in one of the original drafts of the script, the Mario is sort of set up at the end as a sort of tease for the next one. Was that something that you had thought about shooting, or you wound up kind of just letting go of in the script process?
We tried it. There was a moment where we even did a previs of it, and we thought it was interesting, but we wanted to try to potentially use him somewhere else. I don't want to spoil the fact that he may be somewhere else in the film, but
I did see at one point very briefly runs across screen in the end when he just kind of zips across in the classic Mario.
That ironically was it's kind of a bigger moment for the audience than ending with Mario. Yeah.
Right. I know there's always a lot of talk about rebooting movies now, and it's a constant thing. And a lot of your movies have been very successful. What are your thoughts on rebooting and remaking movies, especially when it comes to stuff that you had done? When they come to you, do you feel protective of it, or do you just feel very comfortable just letting some of that stuff go?
No. I mean, some of the legally I can't get close to. I mean, in terms of like, there's the stuff that I'm still involved with, Gremlins and the Goonies reboots, for instance. They would do that with or without me, so I'm staying involved just so I can be protective. So I can actually protect what people love about those movies so much, so it doesn't go off track. But it's a slow process, and I don't think it's going to happen too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about Gremlins and Goonies, for instance, for a very long time. I mean, do you really think that either of those will ever happen, or at some point do you just say like maybe it's not meant to be?
I haven't gotten there yet. I have not. No, we are still heavily developing both of them, so we'll see.